need to start every show like this.
Right.
Is this like the Peacekeeper stuff?
This is.
Yeah.
Intro music.
Why does this seem very fitting for that show?
It's so good.
It's such a catchy intro
So
when
good.
you actually see it, though.
Yeah, like I didn't think I would like it, and I watched it every single episode.
I can only imagine. I think
It's
we're
so
gonna
good.
try and binge it this weekend.
It's it's not going to take you that long. It's only 10 episodes.
Yeah, I don't think it should.
No, it's 8 episodes.
Oh, it's only 8
then yeah.
episodes. Well, it felt like 10. 10
But I'm
episodes
a
of brilliance.
binging type person nowadays.
Look, that's the way to do all the shows. 100%.
agree.
I hate
I
watching
do.
shows one week at a time.
Yes. Who wants to sit and watch an episode come out the next week?
Hey, Shane, did you notice that fade?
I did notice that fade. It's better than my fade. It's better than my fade.
All jokes, all jokes.
But again, you get what you pay for, you know?
Right.
What's going on, y'all? We are the Marauders. I am the Last Jedi, Ace Kennedy, aka. You know me, talk nerdy to me, but of course I could never do this show alone. I've got such beautiful co-hosts with me, starting to my left.
I'm still epic fail because I can't come up with another name.
Who do we got
Yeah.
below?
Yeah.
I am Grogu is the future because he's the future of Star Wars.
Is he though? Is he?
He better be.
Is he?
We can get into this later.
I'm about to say we're going to get into that. That's actually going to be the
part.
first topic. But before we get there, let's show some love to our sponsor.
Yes, we should. We really should.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that not our sponsor?
No,
I think it's the best.
My bad. My bad. Let's go here.
Joke never gets old.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Sonic. And if you have not downloaded the Sonic app, please do so. It will get you half price drinks all day instead of just from 2 to 4. So yeah, such an incentive to go ahead and get that Sonic app. So thank you, Sonic. Thank you, Sonic. Thank you.
Yes,
Sonic.
thank you, Sonic. And they help whenever it's like sleet and ice outside and your power goes out. That happened last year. Went to Sonic to get my coffee.
So anyway, like I said, jumping straight into that topic. So there was a report. There was a former Vanity Fair writer who basically said that Lucasfilm had some things on the table, and one of them being a possible new trilogy where they're rebuilding the Jedi Order. And so piggybacking off of my friend John Campia, he basically said that there's been a swerve and some telephone going on, because there's also been reports that Daisy Ridley has signed on, and they thought that this was going to be like a post 7, 8, and 9 series that kind of focuses on her rebuilding the Jedi Order. However, that wasn't the case. It was just them saying that there is a rumor, like Lucasfilm comes up with several different ideas of shows that they pitch. So this is just another pitched show. It doesn't mean that it's greenlit, doesn't mean that it's in the works. But since it's already in the news, what are your thoughts about everything? Throwing everything against the wall, even the Daisy Ridley stuff. What do you think about this?
Bonnie, you want to go?
I can. I think anything that has to do with making something in Star Wars is a good idea, honestly, regardless if it's following what happens after 7, 8, 9, or if it's a whole new story. I think either way, me personally, I want to see more Star Wars. I don't like waiting. Like, give me more stuff. So I'm for it.
Are you for something that's actually post 7, 8, 9, or do you still want to just stay in the sandbox?
Yes, I think it's time to expand outside of this whole. I mean, we're still getting stuff that has to do with what's in between episode 1 and episode 9. But yes, I would like to see what happens in the future of Star Wars as well.
Well, I think for them, they're like, we're giving you guys something new by giving you the High Republic. Like, that's the new stuff. Because it's still not touching on the Skywalker. The only connective tissue that we have with the High Republic and what we're doing in 1 through 9 is Yoda.
Yeah.
So
But isn't the High Republic like in the past?
it is in the past, but that's
It
what I'm
is in the
saying.
past.
It's still not touching the Skywalker stuff though. Like this is
Right, and that's fine, but I'm still about what happens in the future. like okay, cool. Stuff in the past. Yay, but I think I'm still here for what's happening next in Star Wars. What happens in the future when I say next?
so-
I don't think
Go
Disney.
ahead.
I don't think Disney, the film division, has a clue what they're doing right now. I think it's been a mess since 9 came out. I know there's been starts, and I know we have a few things in the pipeline. But I mean, from a continued future of Star Wars story, I don't think they have a clue. It's not the High Republic. I had high hopes for the High Republic. And some of it has been good. I read the most recent book and had lots of issues with it, but I don't think High Republic is where it's at. I think if you're going to go in the past, go way in the past and go Old Republic. But we know how I feel about Old Republic. There's so much you could mine there. But I think the future to me is it's up in the air. I don't think Rey's the way to go. I think you put Skywalker to bed and be done with it. Like I'm not going to be upset if we see a Rey if we see Rey continue to build the Jedi Order, but I think that trope's been done and it didn't succeed with 7, 8, and 9. So I think you skip 250 years, and you can mention that Rey has reestablished the Jedi Order, but you have an older Grogu, and I think you let him build off the new Jedi Order. I firmly believe this is the way to go. He's incredibly popular. He's a huge driving force for the Mandalorian. You could go all kinds of crazy ways with it. You could have him be a Mandalore Jedi if you wanted to go that route. Or you could have him, finish with Mando, and then he could go off to the Jedi Order and learn after Mando passes. Like it's unlimited. I honestly think that the film division is rudderless.
Well, I would have to disagree with you, and the only
Right.
reason why I say that is not because I want to fight with you. It's the fact that I think that, like this article or like this person specified, I think Lucasfilm has a bunch. Dang, he just jumped off. I think Lucasfilm has a bunch of ideas that are in the works that just have not been greenlit. I just don't think that, like, with anything else, when you look at The Mandalorian, when you look at anything Dave Filoni has done, all of those things were in the works years in advance. Uh, Matter of fact, the shows were completed years in advance to where even the voice actors hadn't even seen the finished product. So I think that when we hear stuff, it's well past the time of when we hear about the stuff, it's well past the developmental part of it, and it's more of the finalizing stage before they green light it. So I think that they're being smart about what they're doing in the film division, because Bob Iger's idea for Disney Plus was to get that up and running. And how you do that, Star Wars and Marvel is the driving force behind Disney. That's going to bring more subscribers. So they have to get these shows off the ground first. The movies, for one, COVID has put a kind of a slow start on movie going.
Yep.
Yes, there have been some successful movies out in the theater, but by the time by the time Star Wars releases a movie in theaters, we'll have more comfortable people in the theater versus people just wanting to show up for what they want to show up for. So
I just want to say really quick, shout out to Spider-Man beating Avatar. So continue.
Is that
so
domestically?
but now answer to the original question about Daisy Ridley. I would love to see her back, but I would love to see her I would love for her to go on an adventure looking for other Jedi, looking for Force users, where she runs into JS. That's all I can say because Bonnie's not there yet.
Still haven't finished.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
You know who I'm saying, JS?
I know who you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So JS, she can run into JS. She can definitely run into Joey's boy.
Ezra?
No,
Oh.
from Jedi Fallen Order. My boy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kestis? Cal Kestis?
Cal Kestis. She can run into Cal Kestis. and I would love Ahsoka to be the new Yoda. So
She could
that's
be.
what
Do we know how long her species lives?
we don't. But that's the thing. I don't think that we really have had another species like her though. Like, well,
Yes.
because
Well,
no, because what's her name was? What's my girl name? My favorite, Shock T.
okay.
Wasn't she a species of Ahsoka's?
Let me do some googling.
But she died anyway. I mean, unfortunately. But she was killed. So
She got,
I
yeah,
love me
she
some
looks.
Shock
She
T.
looks just. Well, no, she's got different. She's got different markings. She looks pretty close.
What species is she? And then look up Ahsoka species.
Togruta. The Togruta Shock T. So she's a Togruta.
Okay.
Now let me look up Ahsoka.
For the audio listeners, we're looking up the species of these two wonderful Jedi women.
That's
Oh,
right.
it turns out there was an actual emperor named Ahsoka. So this is not who we're wanting to look up.
Nope.
Ahsoka
Lived
Tano.
in 268 to 232 BCE, in case anyone was interested.
Like a real person?
Yeah, I may have
That's
misspelled it.
cool.
How do you spell it, Ahsoka?
It's ASHOKA.
Yeah, I spelled it. I spelled
Ooh,
it right.
goodness.
Let's do Tana. If you guys are interested in some
Maybe
history,
put
go look up.
Ahsoka Star Wars.
Now I'm curious about this cat now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's a Togruta.
Okay, about to say.
Yeah.
So
they're
yeah,
both Togrutas.
but yeah,
But-
like I said, she was killed, so we don't even know
Yeah.
how long they could really live. But
Ooh, could you Google that? Well, would we have an actual like
I'm googling it
definitive
right now.
answer?
yeah, but I would love her to be, even if she was a Force ghost though. Like even if, because she's not technically a Jedi right now, but some kind of way I think the new Jedi Order will establish new rules. Because yes, Rey does have the books, but I mean, let's be honest, between us, Rey, Luke, and Anakin, all of them have unorthodox training. So,
Mm-hmm.
and Yoda told Luke anyway, like, bro, that old stuff we did is for the birds. That's what killed us. So, like, bro,
Was it done correctly?
yeah, you can read the books, but just know that all that old stuff, nah.
They live up to 94 years.
See, and shoot, Grogu's 50 now, and she's probably what, 40?
30s or 40s. I would say 40s.
So yeah, that would make Grogu about 80. Well, because it's 30 years, about 30 years, right?
Isn't it?
Something like that.
It's something
I
like
would
that.
just say that's gonna put Grogu around 80. That would put Ahsoka around 70. But even if she passed, even if she was a Force ghost, like I'm just saying, it could
I mean, you
work.
could do it's Star Wars. You could really do what you wanted. She
Right.
could have found something to extend her life, especially with the Ahsoka series coming. As she goes to the out, she hasn't finished Rebels, so I don't want to spoil anything. But as she goes on the hunt that she's going to go
Well,
on,
I mean, that's in the Mandalorian. What you're saying?
okay,
She won't know that. Like,
right, so she's going to come into contact with some things. So anyway, it's Star Wars. They could make it work.
She's searching for Thrawn. That's what
Right.
we saw that in
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yes.
That's all we saw in Mandalorian.
She's searching for Thrawn in the
Yeah.
Outer Rim. You never know. So again, like they could easily make it work, and I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like Rey as a character.
I do too.
I don't have an issue with them continuing the Rey story. I strongly feel like something in the future's got to have Grogu in one way or another.
Yeah.
Because we get 5 years of Mando. We're coming into year 3. It's a character that I don't know if they expected him to be as popular as he is, but he is. He's incredibly popular, and I think he will be incredibly popular as he gets older. And the great thing about Grogu is you have 750 years to play with, or 850 years to play with.
Not only that, bro. I mean, they have shown us that they can do characters well. Like, whatever you think about 7, 8, 9, people cared about Rey. So the thing is,
it's a love-hate thing. There's plenty of hate for Rey. I am not one. I've never hated on her.
There is, but I think most of that hate comes from the character development, not necessarily the character of Rey. What I'm saying, like they didn't like how powerful she was without valuable without training. And
Right.
then they didn't like the explanation of what her lineage ended up being. So that part doesn't necessarily have to do what. So what I'm saying is this though, right? On the business side, on the real world side, Daisy Ridley hasn't done very well outside of Star Wars.
Right.
So it wouldn't surprise me for her to come back. The fact that they have incorporated her into like uh the Disney theme parks and stuff like that. There, I don't know anybody that when I was there, when Daisy Ridley popped up, but when Ray popped up, they was like, "Oh, this ride gonna be terrible." Like
Right.
everybody was invested. So
Right.
I think that if you bring the character back, if the writing is done well, if the movies are done well, I mean, there's got to be some characters that we like or didn't like based upon the new writing from seeing them. Like people loved Boba Fett before they watched the series, or
I don't know
people.
if she would be willing to come back though, because of the toxicity of the fans, like made her like
No, that's
completely
the
turn
thing.
away from social medias and stuff like that.
The rumor is she's already signed on. That is the rumor.
Rumor, not
Right.
confirmation.
It's not.
But I mean,
what I'm saying, when
you know,
there's
you can,
smoke, there's a little fire somewhere.
and you can be
She's-
upset. Like she could be upset with the way the fans are, but if you're not getting a paycheck and Disney's willing to cut you a paycheck for 3 films, I mean,
She
you know,
ain't
sign
stupid.
back on.
I think it was more about her mental health.
Yeah, but I
You
mean
watch
that's staying
interviews
off.
with
That's
her.
staying
Everybody's
off,
gotta
that's
eat.
staying off social media though. That's one of those things you stay off social media. Hold on, y'all. There's a call coming in. I don't know who this is, but I hope it's a telemark. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening. I'm Mr. Ahmed Kennedy.
This is Ahmad. How can I help you?
My name is Eddie. I'm calling in a recorded line from Sunpro from an ADT company about your property, sir, as a homeowner.
Well, you're actually I'm on a live podcast right now, so you're also being recorded. Can I help you with something? Hello?
But definitely, sir, we're calling you about our program for homeowners. Let me tell you that we have great news about the program, which is saving money on the electricity bill. And by the way, sir, let me ask you, who's your electric provider right now?
Well, like I said, I'm on a podcast right now, so I'm gonna have to call you back because I'm on a podcast.
It's gonna save you
We're
money.
talking about
Okay, then
Star
you have a
Wars.
good night then.
All right, you too.
No problem. You enjoy it and have a good night.
You too.
That was a very nice telemarketer.
This is
How
live.
how did it come through?
Did he say
went-
ADT?
Yeah, it's like it looks like they're trying to call to do the solar panels on people's houses, but they're not
But isn't
telling.
ADT the security company?
It is, but they may have a hand in, like it's SunTrust or something like that. It's in the family.
Interesting.
That's why they say they're an ADT company.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought he was the security system, and I'm like, why is he worried about your electrical bill?
Yeah, why does
that's
he
what it
care so
is.
much about
That-
this?
Well, see, here's the thing. They're and I know this is off topic, but they are getting a lot of people to put those panels on top of your house. It's like it is like
lot of them.
it's free to put on your house, but
Okay.
then after a while, certain things happen that's in the contract that you do end up paying like a double, because what the hook is like, look, if you put these solar panels on your houses, you can save money to where the electric company has to end up paying you money because you're not using that electricity. Well,
Right.
the problem is if your panels don't generate enough solar energy, then you're going to get both bills. You're going to get the energy bill from the panels and you're going to get the energy bill from your electricity company. So that's what they're not telling you.
Okay. I carry mail, and I've got a bunch of people who've put those on their houses.
Yeah. But anyway, Ray, the rumors are that she did, Daisy Ridley, that she did sign on, and it's one of those things like she doesn't have to stay on social media. That's kind of what she did the last couple of movies. She just stayed off of social media.
Yeah.
And she can do that. I mean, she has publicists, she has other people that can run those type of pages. So there's ways to protect her mental health. And at the end of the day, if she makes good movies, she gets with one of these great directors like Bryce Dallas Howard
Oof.
gets a hold of her and she does an incredible film. Like people, and then she doesn't have to. I mean, when you're looking at having these other Jedi attached to it, like it could be great.
Yep. And here's the thing, and this is what I've always said is I'm awesome with more Star Wars, especially the movie department. But please, if you're going to write 3 movies, let's have a plot coming into the 3 movies.
I think they learned their lesson
Mhm.
from that. I think they're
I'm,
gonna. I mean, you're looking at the other thing too is as much as people dump on Kathleen Kennedy, I think one of the things that's been great about the Mandalorian's universe is that we've had connective tissue
yeah,
throughout these series.
yeah,
So I think that they've learned their lesson from that, and that's what a good producer is supposed to do is
yeah.
learn their lesson.
I mean,
I mean,
everybody makes mistakes. I mean,
right.
so as long as they understand that 7, 8, and 9 are a mistake, let's fix the mistakes we had with 7, 8, and 9, and let's do it right.
And I'm not defending her by any means because I have my share of issues with those 3 films as well.
Yeah, yeah,
We all would have been more interested in what the Duel of Fates would have been versus the Rise of Skywalker.
I'm just
That's
glad
one
that
thing we do agree on.
the Goodwill's giving out shirts still for episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that your best one, bro? I mean,
No,
you got any more?
I'm just glad I'm just glad that you found a free T-shirt.
Yeah, because that was
Like what they do with the losing team Super Bowl shirts, they just give them out. Yeah, it's what they did with Last Jedi merchandise.
right.
They just gave it out.
Unfortunately, The Last Jedi didn't lose because it made over $1 billion.
Oh,
Doesn't matter if it made
that's
money; it's still a
right.
piece of garbage. Still a piece of
Garbage.
Speaking of making movies and garbage, what do y'all think? What's your thoughts about the new Batman coming up? Are y'all excited?
Not
Yes,
excited.
Really?
I'm
not
so
excited.
excited,
I'm
especially
not
with the
excited.
What's the reason
PR
why?
stuff they're doing right now.
It hasn't. I thought the trailer was neat, but it hasn't hooked me. But again, I didn't like the new Joker, so like I'm probably on the outside. I did not like the new Joker. I'm a big fan of the last Batman trilogy, and I wanted to see more Ben Affleck. But again, I'm gonna go see the movie, but I'm not excited about it.
Oh, you're talking about, wait a minute, which Batman trilogy
Yeah, because the last Batman trilogy is Christopher
was
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan?
That's the one. That's my favorite. But I also liked Ben Affleck's Batman, and I wanted a Batman
So
movie with
why
him.
did you like Christopher Nolan's? He was like so sideways with the actual like comic book.
I liked everything
stories.
about those. I like the way Christopher Nolan does films, so I liked that trilogy.
I
I
enjoyed
just-
the trilogy as well.
Batman.
But my thing is, I guess my question would be if you liked the Christopher Nolan series and
Yes.
then you turn around and like Ben Affleck, what's wrong with Pattinson?
I haven't said anything's wrong with him. I'm just not excited for the film. Like it wasn't when I saw the trailer, I wasn't hooked. Like I thought it was cool, but I'm not like, oh my god, I have to go see this movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna see it, but it didn't do it for me. I'll be honest, it didn't. But again, like I'm one of the few that watched the Joker and absolutely hated it. Hated it.
Why can I ask why?
I just didn't enjoy where they went with it. Like it felt like I don't know, the Joker's unique, right? And it just didn't feel unique. Like I get it, we kind of like grounded it in real world. I just didn't like it.
Okay.
To me, like the Joker is a comic book villain, right? And so it's something different. And like I just don't like when they take it and then they root it in real world. Like that's obviously something that could happen nowadays, and I'm sure that's why they did it. It doesn't appeal to me. Like if I wanted to go see a serial killer movie, there's plenty of those out there. If I want to go see Joker, I want to go see the Joker.
Right, but it wasn't.
I didn't enjoy
it. Wasn't DC like the whole thing with the Joker movie or that specific version wasn't about like the comic book Joker.
And I know
it was like
that's
loosely based on the comic book.
right. And that's why I
Joker.
said it's like I'm sure that's what their point was, but it didn't hit the mark for me. Like to me, it was like a guy goes crazy and kills a crap ton of people.
Like even the whole like mind, bad word there that they give you with is what you're watching actually what's happening, or is this just all in his head?
Yeah, I liked everything about it. Like I liked his
That was just my
portrayal
favorite part of it.
And like you said, we don't know what part of this is real, what part isn't. Like the fact that he thought in his mind he was dating Zaza Beetz and she was like had nothing to do with him. Like
out of his league.
I mean, there was so much. Listen, Sarah watched this movie and was bawling like a baby. Like one of her degrees is in psychology, and so she just got it. Like she just got it
Yeah.
on a whole different level.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she loves the movie The Joker. But I mean, again, to each his own.
And I know I'm the minority.
Right.
Like I fully understand that. And I get it. A lot of people consider it one of the best like comic book movies, period. One of the best Joker movies. And I'm fine with that. Like I'm not hating on people. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I get it. No, we just kind of wanted to know what your take on it was.
Now, I hope the Robinson Patterson one is good. I really do. I hope it's good. I've read a little bit about where they're hoping to go in the future, and that sounds neat to me. So I'm going to give it a shot, but it's just I'm not super excited. I'm not thrilled.
You know, for me, and Bounty, I'm gonna let you go because I know you got a whole thing on it. The only thing that I'm not necessarily looking forward to in the movie is the Batmobile. That's the only thing that bothers me right now.
It's just like a normal car with a yeah. It's just like a souped up normal car.
It's year one Batman.
I get it. I get it. But you know, I just feel like if you're trying to be this vigilante, which that's what he's going for, then, and I get it. The older you get, the smarter you get, and so that you take more precautions. And I may very well get to the movie and see the Batmobile and be like, yo, that was the best thing in the movie. But right now, like you said, it just looks like a regular car. So I need to see what it does. But Bonnie, go ahead.
If I'm gonna go fight crime, if I'm gonna go fight crime, I'm gonna buy something that's at least bulletproof. Like you could literally, if you're a billionaire, you could literally go out from one of these companies that makes armored cars and you could buy an armored car and then spray paint it black and put a bat on it. Like he literally just went to like the junkyard and found an old car, pulled it out and put an engine in it.
Looks like General Lee that he spray painted black.
See, he just, obviously we had to cover some stuff on it. So he just covered it and he's like, here we go. It's a Batmobile.
Which, by the way, I've watched some interviews because I've been watching some of the PR on this to see what people's reactions are that have already seen the movie, who are interviewing him and what's her name? The girl that plays Catwoman. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. And that was one of the things that Robert Pattinson said is when he auditioned for so Warner Brothers has like an arsenal of the Batman suits. So each Batman character, like Michael Keaton's, Val Kilmer's, George Clooney's, they have those bat suits, and he had to audition in one of those bat suits.
Which one?
So he auditioned in Val Kilmer. No,
probably
Clooney's. It was Clooney's because that's what fit his head.
Did Clooney's have the nipples?
Yeah.
Yes, but Kilmer's has the nipples too. It showed a picture.
Why don't we have a whole episode where we just break down all the bat suits?
Right. But
as much as I love Christopher Bale's, Luke, I'm going to get into this. You brought it up. As much as I love Christopher Bale's, I don't like the way the mouth, because all you can see on Christian Bale's is the mouth, where the others are wider. And I feel like, because I saw, look.
Well, it's, why they did that is because to be honest, the cowl is uncomfortable. And so by having it the way that Christian Bale's was, he was able to move. It was more flexible for him to move. And plus, the way the Christopher Nolan's Batmans were, they were building this suit out. You know what I'm saying? You remember when he first went out, he had like the little face mask, and then they, because he was basically like telling Lucius Fox what he was doing, but not really. And so the tech got better, but the functionality of it for the cowl was, so that he could be able to move a little bit, have more functionality.
Yeah.
Which, obviously it's still one of my favorites. We need to do that. We need to break down each Batman suit.
Yeah, because if you look at Michael Keaton's, it just like you had to turn your whole
no movement.
Well, and that was, we're talking the late 80s, early 90s. So they didn't have that kind of stuff.
Go ahead. I keep interrupting you.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I found all that information. I say that to say this. I found that interesting how it's Matt Reeves, right? Who's the director of this movie. And so I'm very interested because once again, this is year one Batman. It's kind of a standalone graphic novel that came out. I was telling The Last Jedi this the other day because I have a copy of it. But it came out in 1986. So this is even after, Batman's introduced and Batman's already doing stuff and he's got his Robins and all this other stuff. So this is kind of a, storytelling of what happens to Batman. How does he become Batman? And so it's really deep diving. And it's the guy that wrote it too is it's funny that there's a Batman commercial on my Twitch, but it's a very dark story. So far with what I've seen with how it's shot, it seems very dark. It seems and it's him trying to kind of come into his own. Very similar, I guess, to how Batman Begins, but I think this is going to be better because it's once again following that storytelling of year one Batman versus Christopher Nolan's not following the comics at all thing. I'm sorry. I absolutely hated The Dark Knight Rises.
Which one is that? The first
The
one?
last one? Yeah.
Last one.
No.
Yeah, now I love Tom Hardy as Bane, but you're telling me that Bane, okay, is controlled by this Ra's al Ghul's daughter, which in the comics that's who's Damien's mom is, but that's another story.
Yeah, again,
anyways,
Same thing in Gotham too.
but it's like
the best Bane.
She can't control Bane. Like nobody controls Bane.
She did.
They made him such a weak character.
She did.
Perturbed me so bad.
She really could.
Hey, Ahmad, the best Bane is the Bane from the HBO cartoon.
No.
Hands down.
Hands down. The George Clooney
the best
movie.
Bane.
Batman
the best Bane is the best Bane ever is the one from the HBO cartoons.
Yeah, I do.
Harley Quinn. It's so good. It's so good.
I need to rewatch that. That was so good. That was a good show.
Season 3 will be out soon once they.
Oh, don't tease me.
Oh my gosh, they did season. Oh wait, I watched season 2.
This is going to keep going.
Season 3 had to be delayed because they had to take out the part of Batman munching on Catwoman. So
what a controversy to have.
Yeah.
You don't remember that, Bonnie?
No, it was all over the internet.
I guess not. Was it?
Yeah,
no,
there was memes and everything.
I'm not on the social media.
The bat doesn't eat the cat.
Yeah, they was like, let the bat eat the cat.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Who's the executive that's like no, we don't do that.
Obviously, he ain't seen Peacemaker.
Look, we can kill people. We can dismember people. We can do terrible things. Yeah. But no,
go down on her. You can't.
But here's the thing: we all know that Bruce Wayne has a very long relationship with Selena Kyle.
But he doesn't have that kind of relationship.
Just saying.
According to HBO, that's not allowed.
Well, HBO, we all know how HBO has done, or Warner Brothers, just Warner Brothers in general, has done with DC. They have completely drove it into the ground, and they better freaking do better. Do better.
Watch Peacemaker.
Look, watch Peacemaker.
Yeah, but who even cares? Like, I don't even care about that comic book character. Look, I want to see you do something good with Batman. I want to see you do something good with Superman.
It's not about what you like. It's about what they did. And James Gunn crushed it.
James Gunn killed.
I don't care.
That series. Listen. I'm glad we have this recorded so that after she watches it, I want to have this same conversation to see what
she may just dislike it just to say she disliked it,
but not as a not as an integral part of DC Comics.
It's not an integral part of DC Comics.
But there is something that happens within it that's going to affect the rest of the DCEU.
We shall see.
We shall.
Kind of like how they're already doing Flashpoint. Like, let's just, if you want to cross that bridge, we can cross it. It's ridiculous.
But so I'm super excited for the Batman. And here's the crazy part: with no convincing whatsoever, Sarah saw the trailer and said she wanted to see it. I was like,
yay.
We in there.
Wow.
We in there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Has anybody seen Uncharted? And I know this is off topic.
No.
I have not, because I've never even played the game, but I'm not interested.
Man, I want to go see it. I haven't gone yet. I'm going to go probably this weekend. It did really well, and Sony says it's a franchise now, which is exciting.
That's good.
But obviously it's got Tom Holland, so.
Yeah,
and Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
I heard Mark Wahlberg was just Mark Wahlberg in the movie. I heard that he was not Sully, so.
Well, I mean, again, and also Tom Holland is he's like a foot and a half shorter than Nathan Drake. I'm just throwing that number out there. So, you know, he doesn't have the same body type either as Nathan Drake. So you just, you know, gotta let your mind. I love the Uncharted games.
Be
Listen,
imaginative.
maybe since I watched Valerian and Let It Go, I could probably get away with it. But
What is Valerian?
you've
I've
never
not
seen
watched it
Valerian?
either.
What is
Okay.
Valerian?
So Valerian is this fantasy sci-fi movie.
Okay.
You have to try to look it up or something. I don't know what streaming service is on,
Okay.
but it's the two characters that they have as the main characters, they're just not like, it's such a great movie. Could have been a great 3-parter, but the casting was just off on the main two characters, and it wasn't like they didn't do a good job. It's just not believable with them two as the main characters. Like, they needed to be older people.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. It was not good.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Shane. Come on
No,
now.
no, man, it was not good.
What did you
I
not
gotta
like
look it
about
up
the movie?
now.
Are you kidding me?
Look,
What-
this
Shane's
poster.
always
oh,
gonna disagree with you.
I see that.
no, I'm, and so
And
Valerian.
we've been doing so well together too.
Maybe I
Was it
no,
Pull
was
it
it
up,
made
pull
in
it up.
2017?
Pull it up.
Hold on.
Pull up
Let me see if I
and
can do this.
Oh,
You know what? Maybe it's just been so long. I like the girl.
Yeah,
think
the
so.
girl
I
was
remember
fine.
I didn't watch it.
I
But
remember
the
the beach
dude-
scene.
the-
Yeah,
the
the
dude,
dude wasn't.
it was like he was like a futuristic James Bond. Like, he's supposed to be like this, like a dude that's been with a whole bunch of women and stuff like that. He just wasn't believable that was the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me get this set up here. Hang on, we got to skip the commercial.
Yeah.
They're not paying us. We're not plugging it.
I've not seen
It's-
it.
I thought the was very, very good. Like, I like the story. I like the movie. I don't know why you didn't like it. And I'm not, I mean,
Look,
if you didn't like
again, it's been a long time, so I don't remember much of it. I think me and my wife watched it.
it has that Alita Battle Angel-ish tone.
Yep, I do remember that. Maybe it's time to go back before I pass judgment on it.
I've seen it a couple of times. Like, it's one of those ones, if it came on TV, I would watch it. But I would watch it again. It's just like I said, it could have been so much more if the main characters were a little older, in my opinion.
Hold on, my thing doesn't want to share.
Nope.
It's not letting you do it.
Yeah, Hank, just give me one sec. You guys carry on without me.
It doesn't like him at all.
But
No, it
no,
really doesn't.
this movie I think came out 2015 maybe.
2017.
Okay,
2017.
yeah. But the CGI on it looks really good. I mean, that they had a nice little story arc behind it.
Yeah, it has the
Okay, I
girl
remember-
that played the Empress, I believe.
I remember the end of this
And-
movie too.
The first Suicide Squad.
Dude, I liked her character. in the
Clive
Suicide
Owen, I
Squad.
like him too. Ethan Hawke.
I liked her character too. Like I said, if they would have just changed the dude out, if the dude and again, he was a good actor. I just didn't believe the like, you know, she was trying to pin him down, like he wanted to marry her or something like that. But he was like a womanizer almost. Not kind of weird, but
And Rihanna's in it.
It won't let me share the audio.
It's because it doesn't like you.
Yeah, it
Most
really
people
doesn't.
don't.
okay, don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
It's a
Is
good
it-
thought.
Wait a minute. Showed pictures of Kevin Smith. Did he have a part in it? Sorry. Keep going. Wonder if you helped produce it.
Let's see. I mean, the main guy is this Dane DeHaan.
was he the one? Didn't he play in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the Goblin?
I believe so.
I didn't watch it.
Let me look here. Wow, and he's been in a lot of stuff.
Right, but I think he was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I'm looking. I don't see it on his IMDb.
Phil said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he knows probably.
Phil's dumb.
Hey, man.
No, he would know the movie though. I believe he's watched
Way to
it.
take a
I've not.
shot. I don't know, but again, I don't know.
I don't even know what my point was, but anyway, that was a good movie to me.
I don't either. Yeah, I mean, not
Because
gonna
we
argue with you
were
on that one.
talking about Uncharted with
Oh, yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Holland
yes,
and
Tom Holland.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Again,
So
I
anyway,
haven't
I
played
want to see
Uncharted,
it.
so it wouldn't mean that much to me anyway.
So yeah, I want to see it. I may wait for DVD, but I'm also a big fan of the Tomb Raider movies, not
Yeah.
the Angelina Jolie ones, the new ones.
Oh, the
So,
new chick.
See, I like the
new one.
Angelina Jolie ones.
Oh yeah, I definitely like the Angelina Jolie.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
we
she
like
looked
the
more
actress, but I don't
like
think the movies
the
were
original.
the
Yeah.
original. But she looks more like the new Tomb Raider since they retooled
I
her.
don't play it since it got to the new one.
The new one's good.
Bonnie is so weird about certain things that she just cannot accept change for.
Not
I
Tomb
mean-
Raider. Resident Evil, that's another one. That's a whole nother subject I can go off on a tangent on, with it not being like the original video game.
Yeah. Did you
In the
have an
beginning.
issue with the new Power Rangers and Boba Fett, Bonnie?
Were they really Power Rangers?
Yes, they were literally Power Rangers.
You didn't see the Zords they were riding on?
I mean, I did, but they weren't.
The only thing
They weren't
that
real
didn't happen
Power
is they didn't
Rangers.
combine.
Well, and they didn't do the little thing.
Well, that's
with
because
their-
they didn't learn their powers yet. They didn't know their
Oh man,
powers.
the guy did the Power Ranger spin move when he shot that cat.
Yes, only he could
Yeah.
do that. But I will say this,
So-
because of what you guys said about the Power Rangers scene, when I did see the Power Rangers scene, I was like,
That's
oh
what I
my
was-
god, it's the Power Rangers scene.
And I don't know who taught them surveillance skills, but man, those guys were sneaky
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No one's sneakier than that. They're just sitting outside the spaceport on that bright blue speeder or purple
Yeah.
or whatever color it is, just
Right?
looking at all the people coming off. Nobody notices the weird looking
No.
dude.
No. Or the huge Wookiee, that's standing right there in the
Oh,
middle
just
of the.
with this big old blaster, he's just standing there
Yeah.
like, don't mind me,
Just
just
chilling,
guarding this
like-
building.
I'm just doing my thing here.
And then he literally gets murdered, like just straight up murdered, and then he just walks into the next scene.
Seriously, here's my thing. Why is that like a running, like, just funny thing with Star Wars and the shootout scenes of people being horrible shots?
I just
Like, is
think,
that-
well,
is that
here's
just
the
a
problem.
Star
They're
Wars
horrible shots
thing?
until Mando walks out, and then they hit every single shot.
Right.
Like think
They
about it.
they need it.
Stormtroopers can't hit a shot, right? But Mando walks out and gets
Right.
shot 15 times out of 15 bullets. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
You're like,
Well, look,
what?
So I know both of y'all have played Halo. Has there been any new updates to the game? Like, what are y'all feeling about it?
It's not doing well.
I haven't played it. So I haven't played it since my surgery, which means I haven't played the campaign yet. I
Okay.
am
That's
once I
that's
get my
thumbs up.
setup done.
Where are we going?
Um,
that sums up what's going on with it.
Thumbs
Nobody's
up.
playing it.
Oh,
No,
nobody
nobody's
is?
playing it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I am gonna play the campaign soon, probably within the next. I don't know if it'll be a couple of weeks. It might be about another month because I have a big trip coming up. But I do want to dive deep into the campaign and see what happens.
I mean,
Okay.
I've heard it's good. I mean, I've heard it's good. Again, I have lots of issues with it. I'm going to pick it up when they mark it down. It's probably the first time I've ever said that to a video game, but I'm waiting for a markdown. And honestly,
Even with the free campaign download or the multiplayer download.
and I've played the multiplayer and I thought it was good, but like with all the crap that's out nowadays, and from a multiplayer standpoint, I don't think it's special.
I disagree
Um,
with you.
I don't. I mean, I just, and look, I mean, I've played Apex, I've played Modern Warfare, I've played most of what's out.
Mhm.
Obviously, I play a lot of Destiny. It doesn't. I don't know, man. There's always going to be
Well-
something special to me about old, like Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Is Destiny considered like? But I'm specifically talking about first-person shooter multiplayer games.
Right, which Destiny has a PvP component. So that's what I'm talking
Okay,
about, specifically
okay.
that component, which hasn't been updated in 2.5 years. So
I was about to say because I don't hear people much talk about. Oh, Destiny was so good.
it's not a competitive.
that part
Don't
of
take
it.
shots at Destiny because don't.
I will all day long, but
Let's sneak
I
this. Let's
still,
sneak this last
hold on.
topic in
I
before.
got something to say
all right,
about
Fufu.
this. So, the whole Call of Duty stuff versus Halo, right? My opinion, this is just me. I hate playing Call of Duty because as soon as you drop in or whatever with their whole battle royale thing, I mean, you get shot, you die. It's that simple. Whereas Halo, it takes more to kill someone. So
Well,
the
it's two
battles get to
complete-
last a little bit longer.
It's two completely different types of. I mean, I'm not talking BRs. I'm talking about from like whatever the newest Call of Duty release their multiplayer is, because there's two components. You have the Call of Duty BR, and then you have Call of Duty. And again, I'm not
Yes.
singing the praises of one over the other. Like I'm just saying, Halo didn't really do it for me this time, which is odd.
I know, because it had such an old school feel. I loved it.
It just didn't do it for me. And I don't know, but they need to get the updates. We still don't have Forge mode. That's supposedly coming. There's something else coming in season 2. Like they need updates. If you're going to do a live service game, you've got to push content. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes in the future.
But how often?
Maybe when the show comes out, it'll drive people to want to play the game more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll definitely be a tick. Like, think about it. Every time I watch the Witcher TV series, I break out the Witcher game every single time, both seasons. I put another like 40 or 50 hours into it over the last couple of weeks. Like, it's all I've been playing until Destiny's new update dropped on Tuesday.
Well, let's get this other topic in before we gotta let Bonnie go. What are your thoughts on the Doctor? Now that you've seen the Doctor Strange trailer, what are your thoughts on what do you expect is gonna happen? Do you think we're gonna get some people to show up? Do you think we're gonna finally see some X-Men? You know, what are you thinking?
I do. I'm sorry. Can I go first?
Yeah, dive in.
Because in the newest Doctor Strange trailer, who do you hear talking? I think it sounds like Patrick Stewart, which is
Everyone.
Yeah, Professor X. So, and here's why I'm like, oh my gosh, so excited about this, because I've talked so much about House of M and the story arc there, that whole 64 issue comic book, you know, happened, and the two biggest components as to who brings Wanda out of it, not saying they're following it, are Doctor Strange and Professor X. So if they did bring, you know, Professor X into the mix of things, I think it'd be awesome. Like, it's a great segue for it. It's a great opening for it. And I'm interested to see, especially with what she says to Doctor Strange about the whole, you know, when you mess up the multiverse, it's a whatever, but if I do it, I'm the bad guy.
Everybody sings your praises or whatever.
Right.
So when I do it,
So it's like, and that too is such a huge like gut punch, because in her whole like, you know, being Scarlet Witch in the comics, and also what we're seeing in the show, in the movie, in the TV series, is she just wants to be happy and she can never find it. And so it just like was like, oh, this is probably going to be a lot more emotional than what I prepared myself for.
I hope it is. And I think it's awesome that they're taking us back to her little town and stuff too. Like we see the shot with her standing over herself. Like, I can't wait. You
don't think we're gonna see White Vision in this?
Possibly.
I mean, why wouldn't we? If it's gonna have that much Scarlet in it, why not have Vision?
Yeah, or he's gonna be like a cutscene at the end.
If we're gonna go in the multiverse, and I mean, I don't know. Are we gonna see her searching for her children? Like,
I don't know.
Are we saving that for season 2 of WandaVision, which is never coming?
Well, yeah, that's one thing I do. I don't know. Maybe you have something to say to The Last Jedi, but I know that just with like where they're trying to go with this TV series, I feel like we're getting the new Avengers, you know, which is the kids, you know. We know that Wiccan and Speed are both a part of that, which are one is kids. We know in the comics, like, she does eventually find them, but there's this whole like story with that. And so I don't know if we're actually going to, I don't think we'll see it here. I think maybe we're just going to see her touching into some very dark places to try and find them.
I'm wondering if at the end of it, we get the WandaVision, or Wanda will come back in WandaVision, like, you know, they did for all the other ones. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, but she seems to be an integral part of the story. But it doesn't seem like it's going to continue the story so much as what we saw in WandaVision. And obviously, I want to see that wrapped up, or at least I want to see that expounded on.
Well, I think that's what Doctor Strange was supposed to be, is the conclusion of that.
So you think they're going to wrap it up?
I wouldn't say wrap it up, but I think that what I'm saying is, I don't know that we're going to get another WandaVision series, because I think we're going to get more of a closure in Doctor Strange. I don't know that they're going to revisit that.
And I didn't think we were getting another WandaVision. I want to see them continue that, because it was really good to me.
Yeah, it really was. Especially because I wasn't looking forward to it. It looks like she's going to dabble with the Darkhold, though, like the way her fingers were turning black.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm interested to see how they do that whole thing with the Darkhold and what kind of I don't know if we'll even get a backstory with the Darkhold, but if we do, then we're going to touch into Chthon and who he was. Once again, I don't know if it'll be like who he is in the comics, but kind of who his
Well, we know
So,
we're getting
you know
evil Doctor
Mephisto?
Strange.
do what?
We know
Mephisto?
we're getting.
I don't know if we'll get. I don't think we'll ever get Mephisto, but that's fine. I love Mephisto; it'd be great. But he's a very reaching villain. He goes over every Fantastic Four, X-Men, Avengers. Like he touches into them all. So that would be a hard one, I guess, to do.
Shane,
But-
what was you saying, bro?
Well, I mean, I'm going to touch on that real quick. We didn't see Thanos very much in the beginning. Yeah, as they were
Mhm.
setting up the Avengers, that phase, we didn't see Thanos very much. We got a tidbit here and there. So you never know. They could.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying they will because I wasn't a Mephisto guy, but I mean, you're the expert.
No, and I don't know if that's a direction that Marvel wants to go because he is the devil. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they definitely wouldn't get in China with that one.
So
China's
that's
not
the
going to
big
let
thing.
you.
And then Chthon is just like I mean, he's an integral part of who Wanda is in the comic. So it would be cool to see like if he's at least given credit for the Darkhold and then kind of touches into the chaos magic as well.
Yeah.
But if we're getting an evil Doctor Strange, why don't we get evil Wanda?
We may. I know that
Yeah.
we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just if they're doing evil Doctor Strange, why don't and we're going to go into the multiverse, we could easily get a bad Wanda too, which would be cool.
Well,
Ooh, I
see,
don't
so
know.
that if you listen to the new Rockstars breakdown, that's one
I
of the
need
things that
to.
they talked about, where they said where she's got the other Wanda on her knees in the house, that's where
Mhm.
the bad Wanda takes over. That's what they're
Ooh, okay.
suggesting. Of
Okay. So
course,
that
then
could be
you
like
look
in her head.
we get the zombie Wanda too, so it's
Oh yeah.
I'm all
well,
about
there's-
zombie Wanda.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know though about a bad Wanda did they reference a comic book story with a bad Wanda?
I don't know. I mean, if so, it wouldn't have hit a chord for me. Because I don't really pay attention to the comics, but yeah, I'd be interested to see what you thought of their breakdown.
Yeah,
They
I
always
need
do such a good job. So
They do. I do love their breakdowns. I just sometimes I'm like, oh, they spoil stuff for me. So I gotta and I have been trying to not watch a whole lot of anything when it comes to WandaVision.
yeah.
Or not WandaVision, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So is this where y'all are gonna talk about
I'm
Well,
gonna go watch it.
Peacekeeper?
This is the music that's letting us know we're getting ready to talk about peace.
Okay, so
I want us as a podcast to learn dance and do it.
We have to.
That's great.
learn
I
it.
want to.
We
I
have
want to so bad.
well then I'm gonna go ahead and exit. So
Hey, I
Hey,
want updates when you're
Phil.
watching it.
Y'all gotta watch
Yeah.
Peacemaker, bro. Y'all gotta watch it.
Gotta watch Peacemaker.
I want to
Have
binge
to.
it. So I told Phil this weekend we should look into watching it because we have a weekend off. So
Please watch it.
that is the plan.
Please
And
watch it.
he just left you, so I guess this is all on you.
I got a sneeze that won't come out. Hang on, give me a second.
Pineapples.
All right, Fufu.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye, everyone.
Love you, Bonnie. Not in a weird way.
Love y'all too.
All right, let's do this.
So let's just get right to the spoiler at the end. The Justice League, bro.
The Justice League, except Batman.
True. But I like how they teased it the whole time. Like they kept teasing it, but we really wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, like when she's like, tell your mom we need the Justice League, and like, or to call the Justice League, and I'm like, oh, that's a funny joke. Like, we're never gonna see the Justice League in this series.
Well, then
then,
she says, do we have time to wait for backup? And it was like, no, we gotta get, the cow. So
dude, that whole scene. Okay, so first off, like, I mean, the show is fantastic. It does such a good job with comedy and like seriousness. Like, like his character. Obviously, I did not like his character after Suicide Squad because what happened. I was not a fan.
you
But
can
then,
spoil it,
like,
bro. You can say it. You can say it.
yeah. So when he kills him, like, I forget the guy's name.
See, I would have. Oh my gosh. I see his doggone
Yeah, I'd
face.
see his face too, but I don't know
It's
his
gonna
name.
come to
But
me as we get to
so when
talking.
he kills him, okay, so he kills the guy, right? And you're all like, I mean, I like this character. That sucks. So like, you're not a Peacemaker fan, but man, from the first, well, it was the first episode for me. Like, I just he does the he does the character so well, and like, man, it was so well done. I mean, it was so well done. I'm a big fan. But then like you see the drama with his brother and his dad. So like you start to feel for the guy, and then he's just a messed up superhero. Like, he's
They
just a
deal with
normal
the
guy who's
mental
got
health.
problems.
Yeah, he deals with mental health very well in this series. Rick Flag is who he killed.
Yeah, that's it. Rick Flag. Yes. Oh, that scene sucked. But yeah, so I
Uh,
mean, I was a huge fan, but you get that whole build up, and then that last episode was just fire. Like, it's well paced, but it's well paced. We can get into it, but then you see that at the end, and I did not expect it, and so I'm like, oh, this is neat. Like, it's like, oh, they're too late. But then what he says to Aquaman, come on, man,
Listen,
come on.
here's the crazy part. The fact that it was a very, very well done finale. Like, a lot of shows just don't end well. Game of Thrones didn't end well. I mean, the list goes on. We could name shows that just didn't end well.
Yep.
This ended very well, and yes, this is obviously we didn't know that they were going to get a season 2.
Right.
But now that we know that, it is good because Hardcourt, I didn't want her to die. They haven't touched on the love story between them two yet.
It's
Diebeard
coming.
talking about the reason why he dyed his beard. Like, that was really, really great.
You feel so bad for him. Like, you just feel so, and then the butterflies, like, man, people are messed up. Like, you just, like, and again, like, it does such a good job balancing the humor and like the sensitive, like, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for, the emotional aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like when he shoots his dad, like, dude, when he shoots his dad, like, you can just tell he's messed up. And like, so that very next scene, who's the other guy? Vigilante. Yeah, Vigilante's talking to him. He's like making jokes, and he's like, not the time. Like,
Vigilante is, bro, when he say, listen, only ask yes or no questions. What's your favorite color? Like, bro, no, yes or no questions. But what is his favorite color? Is turquoise your favorite color? Oh,
look, man, the characters were so well done. Like, I don't know. You kind of feel bad for the butterfly at the end. Like, when she tries to recruit him, like,
Yeah.
he's had the one in the jar, so like they bonded, and she's like, dude, she's gonna get to him. This is totally how season 2 is gonna end. And then no.
But he
Well,
kept
how about when he says activate human torpedo when she stumbles in? Like, man, it was so well done. Like, and it wasn't a show that I had any expectations for. You were like, you got to watch it, and I did. And now I did want to mention they did film Batman. They did film Batman, but they cut it out. I don't know which Batman, but I read an article that said Batman was in that group, and then they edited him out.
Yeah.
And they asked James Gunn about it, and he said he doesn't know what he's allowed to say. He said there was a reason for it, but he doesn't know what he's allowed to say.
I think what I'm thinking is that with Flashpoint, they're gonna somehow put Robert Pattinson's Batman in the fray. And so because and I think they're waiting to see the success of the movie before they do that. Like, Flashpoint would be the way to do it. But there's also talks of Affleck having a Batman series on HBO. So, and that could be the secret show that James Gunn is working on.
Which would be cool. Which would be really cool.
Now, I just don't know that the type of humor that James Gunn is doing, though. I don't know that would be where.
I don't think Batman translates well to the humor, but he can do serious. He's shown that. I mean,
yeah, he can, but I think he feels comfortable in the sandbox of playing with horror, comedy, and drama all at the same time versus trying to stay in one lane, though.
And Batman's not, no matter who does Batman, it's not going to do well with comedy. Now, I mean, you could have comedic aspects with the Joker, but even then, it's still dark.
Say that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Batman would play well, but I'd be willing to watch it. Like, I'd still be excited. But I'm curious too.
Go ahead.
I'm curious too. The actors that obviously we know Wonder Woman probably busy, so no big deal there. But the guy they got to play Batman or Superman, just like a random actor. Does that mean they're done with Henry Cavill, or they're just
No. That's the reason why they never showed Wonder Woman's face and Superman's face. The whole point was just to get Barry and Aquaman to just
Aquaman?
do that little cameo.
Yeah, which
Which
was
yeah,
gold.
it was. It was. But it just played on everything that they already set up. Like everything was done very, very well. Like, I mean, I'm not a James Gunn fan like that, or I can say I wasn't one coming into it because it was 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
Like, I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I was like, okay, it's just relying on the jokes. It's not really like we didn't
Yeah.
find out the plot of the movie until the third act. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't as good as one. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. But all in all, man, the Peacemaker, like I love John Cena even more. This is like when I saw this character, he was Peacemaker. It wasn't I'm watching John Cena play Peacemaker. And
Yeah.
that's a big deal for me. So
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna be honest, I think the next show he's probably working on is Idris Elba's character. Uh
Okay.
that's what I think he's working on because he's working on something else that he's not allowed to say anything about.
I
Um
love Idris Elba.
I do too. And I love this
Love
character.
him. Yep. Yeah, I'd be totally fine with that. Obviously, I want Peacemaker season 2 today. But we're probably a year or two away. But there's plenty of stuff they can do. I mean, there's you could they basically wrapped up the butterflies, but you can go on and do something else. I'm curious
I
to
mean,
see
but
obviously the
Gossip's still there
dynamic with
though, so I wonder what they're gonna do with that.
yeah, I mean, because that one, I mean, he poured the last little bit of the milk out. So I mean, does that mean yeah, but there's a lot they could do, but I'm also curious what happens with her mom. Because obviously she just, spilled the beans on everything. So that I'm curious to see how that affects, season 2.
I don't really know that it's gonna change a whole lot because they've been kind of hinting at that stuff even with the Suicide Squad. So there's always gonna be those secret agencies that are out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And her mom, dude, her mom plays that character perfectly because it's someone you love to hate.
Yeah.
And she plays it so well. So, but no, I mean, literally for a series I had no expectations for, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
Good times.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Marauders. Join us every Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. That is my boy Shane. I am a Ace Kennedy, and of course, we had Bonnie on earlier with us. And you'll get two of us or all of us at some point. But we thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all next time.
We are.